He likes his 50s as the trigger man. £51. It's just gone 10 to 5. It's been an absolutely another scorching day. I've got to be honest with you, the pair of us have put the rods out mid-afternoon and we've just chilled and caught up on some sleep today because of the hectic night. We were absolutely zonked. But we've both been experiencing a lot of liners today. Every couple of hours I've either been running out to think the rod's going to scream off, and Nick's done the same. But Nick's did eventually go, and this is his prize. Look at it, absolutely fantastic. He had a 52 last night, but I'm pleased to say we've got a 51 here, and it's in daylight, and I've got it in all its glory.
Oh.
I bet. Got any words to say, mate, or you're too fatigued to open your gob?
I'm struggling, but you couldn't have predicted this. 250s? No.
I can truly say that the carp gods have arrived also. They're here with us somewhere, mate, because you're just absolutely smashing it.
Oh. I'm just going to put it down because it's a bit heavy.
No problems, mate. Absolutely smashing it, mate. Okay, mate, in the water, donning the chesties.
Just about to return her back to where she belongs. So she can tell Mr. £50 common to come to our mat.
Oh, that'd be nice. Oh, stunning, mate. Absolutely stunning. Got the gob on that.
Okay.
Ready when you are, mate. Lovely.
Thank you very much.
Oh, no problems at all.
Awesome.
Right then, it's just gone 10 to 7, and we're going to talk rigs with Mr. Rudge, a subject which is a particular favourite is. So Nick, you got some, there's 2 rigs there and some various products, some hook links, so take it away, mate, and show me and the viewers watching this what you've been using and tying up to catch these big whackers.
Yep. Basically it's nothing dissimilar to what I use at home. It's snowman rigs, but obviously a different way of tying the one. It's basically my tailored snowman rig. This is a coated hook link, which is the end trap soft. Just for the viewers at home, I'm not here advertising for Cord or anyone, and I'm not sponsored by anybody. It's just what I like to use. Yeah, obviously it's end trap soft. I started using that when I first got here with the well, I think that gives it away with that little, yeah, that's a cap to curve, and well, it started really well. Fished in conjunction with dark matter tubing, and
Which is another quarter product.
And very impressive, I must say. When I started using it for the first time on our local syndicate, I was well impressed with it.
I'm using it as well, and I've got to be honest, I don't normally use tubing. Back home I'm usually I'm a big fan of lead core, but the rules here stipulate that there's no lead core to be used at all. So I've switched over to that product which Nick's just mentioned, and I've got to be honest, it's excellent. It's superb.
And as is the end trap soft. If you're casting long distances, this is absolutely ideal. Guaranteed you won't get any tangles at all. But yeah, I had my first few fish on this, including £41 personal best common. But after a couple of days, everything just seemed to get really dead for me, and it started happening for Matt. So I decided on a bit of a change, and went again sticking with a snowman, but I decided to use braid, which is the absolutely brilliant reflex camo from Fox, part of their new Edges range. Very impressed with it. And since that change, well, since tinkering around and obviously changing from tubing and using Vardis down 4 leader, I must stipulate now at this point that this is a lead-free leader. This is not lead core, because as Matt said, lead core is actually banned on here. So this is a safe alternative. The reason I chose this is it's very supple, so it follows the contours of the lake bed absolutely fine, and of course the colour as well it's perfect.
Can you just put it down towards that white background, mate?
Yes,
might be able to get her.
No problem.
There you go. And as Nick said, it's a really supple. It's almost like lead core, but it's not.
Yeah.
So that's the way to get around the pan.
It sinks like a brick.
Yeah. It's got all the characteristics and properties of lead core, but it's not. So that's how he's got around the ban. So
yeah.
If you are thinking of coming out here, bear that in mind. If you want to use a lead core product which isn't lead core, this is the one, the Vardis.
It's absolutely awesome. Just going back to my tailored snowman very quickly, you'll notice that on my original snowmans with the braided hook link, I've got a rig ring, and obviously that's for the blowback effect. You'll notice on my tailored one, it's actually tied on with a granny knot, and the coated hook link is knotted straight through with the coating on and just stripped back for the hair and the snowman.
So
and just to prove a point that it does work, I'm just going to pull that there, and you can see it slides up and down, and it really does work. It's just nice to play around and come up with your own ideas, and it takes away all this, you know, business of having to use rings and all sorts, you know, and it really does work, and it proves that with the fish that I've had. Putty is this is actually Nash Klingon putty, and it's in green. Now I should be using a gravel coloured, but I don't. I don't think colours as important as people make out now.
We had this conversation in depth on the boat coming over here, and I cast you about 12 months when I was here in Mark, and he was using black hook links, black tubing, black lead clips. Everything was black apart from the hook, and well, he absolutely emptied the place. So the theory of colours is it's one for you, but I'm convinced now that if you've got a situation where fish are preoccupied and literally troughing on your bait and they're loving it, they ain't fuss, mate. And it's proved a point this week that you've.
Well, my theory is obviously from my army days is, you know, we think of the word camouflage, but if you look at camouflage and you look at the colours of camouflage, they're all different colours.
It's not one colour, is it?
It's not one colour.
There
you know, I've got.
There's your t-shirt.
Yeah, and like, you know, Matt's got the real tree colours on. But yeah, so I blend in with different colours. I mean, this braided hook link is a blend of brown, green. You know, it's what you'd expect. But hooks, like I say, that's a capture curve, and that is one of my favourite patterns now, which is the Nash Fang Twister. My favourite was, actually I'm telling you a lie, my favourite pattern is, and has always been, the Nash Fang X. But I decided to go against the grain and try the Nash Fang Twisters, and well, I've been pleasantly surprised by the hook holds.
£12, Thursday morning. The trigger man's in pain. This ain't a carp, is it, mate?
No, definitely not.
Is this a big cat? I think it is. We're about 10 minutes into the battle. 15, something like that.
Well, I'd say about 20 minutes.
20 minutes,
Easy.
right.
And so it's showing no signs of coming in at all. It's like a steam train.
Steam train now. Earlier it was like being attached to the back of an Eddie Stobart lorry.
This is
and the lorry's called Pussy Galore.
That's classic, that is, mate.
Sorry.
Oh, Jesus.
Right, I'll go and pop the kettle on, go and have some rich tea biscuits with it, and I'll come back.
Oh.
There's a cat in here.
As Matt Hooper said in Jaws, you're going to need a bigger boat.
Well, I was just going to say there is a cat in here in the excess of £90. It might even be bigger now. Whatever he's got attached to his string here is massive. So I'm going to turn this camera off now and let it concentrate. So hopefully the next time you see some video footage will be the prize of whatever's on the end of his his line. So I'll catch you in a bit, folks. Hopefully with something in the bottom of the landing net.